Welcome to CrossGems. In this chapter, we are going to show you how to make a cluster from scratch. We will use different tools to make our design parametric so it can be modified in an efficient way. First, we will make a ring structure, drawing it flat so that we can draw it in a much more visual and easy to understand way. Second, we will work on a cluster by creating a series of rails that will be connected to the offset that will be used as the primary rail. So we will get some parametric curves that will be used as prongs and will connect with the gems in the way we need. We hope you like it. So now, let's design. We're gonna start by creating a gem ring. Here we'll select the size and the gem cut type, which will be marquise. Change the gem size to 0.5 carats, that you can see it here below. From the front view, modify the girdle distance to 2.9. Now, with the gem selected, we'll add an under bezel. Modify the depth to 1.2 and adjust the thickness and horizontal distance approximately like this. We're gonna see perspective and we're going to increase the horizontal distance and the thickness. Then we'll move it to position it above the ring rail. Confirm. Next, we'll parametrically bend the under bezel. To do this, we'll first create an offset of the ring rail, confirm and rotate it 180 degrees, using the gumball and pressing shift while you drag it. Then we'll create a Planify curve, leaving it with 0 divisions since we only need the curve. Planify curve stretches the selected curve and flattens it. When we use the flow by curve, with the ring rail as the base on the Planify and add an under bezel as the rigid object, it will be at the tip. Why do we create the offset and rotate it first? To use it as the source curve, because the curved seam of the ring rail starts and ends at the top. By changing the base and using the rotated offset, it provides a central base for our design structure. Once we have this, we'll select the under bezel and create an isocurve. We'll move it here and confirm. Right click to repeat the command. This time we'll change the UV, creating a lower rail like this. Now we'll create a curve with AutoBlendCurves. Select the Planify as curve 1 and Isocurve as curve 2. This way we have a smoothly connected rail with the under bezel. Now we modify the start position and end position, keeping it close to the vertical isocurve that we'll use as a profile. Confirm. Now we need 2 more profiles. Let's create a profile placer on the AutoBlendCurve rail, rotate it 180 degrees, and change the profile. We can adjust the width to 1.6 and confirm. Right click to repeat the profile placer, select this time the Planify curve, rotate again 180 degrees and change the profile, then confirm. Now we'll perform an auto sweep of the Planify with the created profiles. Confirm, right click to create another auto sweep, selecting the AutoBlendCurve with the middle profile and the isocurve of the under bezel. Since the surface appears twisted due to the opposite curvature of the profiles, as I can show you with the command curve seam, we'll resolve this by selecting the 2 profile placers, go to Edit tab and change the self-rotation theta to 180 degrees. Then confirm And now we can perform a vertical mirror of the Autosweep. Confirm, right-click, select the other Autosweep, and choose the three options. Go to Position, use O-Snap with mid selected, click on the center and press Escape. Now confirm. Once we have it, let's transfer it to the ring rail. Open the flow by curve, use the Planify as the source, the offset ring rail as the target, and select the entire ring structure as the deformable object. Confirm, right-click, select the Planify, the offset ring rail, and as the deformable object, select the flow by curve, which is the under bezel. This way, the under bezel will be bent instead of straight. Now that we have the ring ready, we can modify the AutoBlendCurves anytime to change its curvature and create different shapes. For example, changing the position modifies the shapes it makes. We can also change the continuity end to tangent or position to create a different shape. To obtain a smooth Autosweep, it's essential that the end of the position is as close as possible to the profile used for the Autosweep. Now that we have finished the first part of the ring, let's move on the second part, the cluster. First, we'll create an offset of the gem. This offset will be the guide as we'll create the cluster on this rail. We lower it a bit and confirm. Create the gems on curve, change the size to 1.3, and in options disable both sides to set the endpoint to 0.25. Once done, confirm. We can see that the under bezel is a bit far, so by editing the under bezel, we can increase the horizontal distance. This looks good, so we confirm, and now we'll create the different rails with offsets that will be connected, and on them we'll make a loft to create our prongs. Let's hide the jewelry layer and create the offset of our main offset. Increase it by 0.3 and confirm. We duplicate it, edit to lower it a bit, and reduce it by 0.1. I'm going to lower the rail a little bit more. Now repeat the same for the central offset. We reduce it and confirm. We duplicate, we lower it and reduce it. Confirm. Finally, let's create an isocurve. I'm gonna mark the middle offset with the blue light layer. Finally, create an isocurve on the under bezel. We check the EV and set the rail at the top. OK, now confirm, duplicate, and let's edit this isocurve slightly inside. The reason for these offsets is that we need them to make a loft. So go to Surface, select Loft, and use the inner offsets and the isocurve. Confirm. Now select Reveal and choose Uniform. we can see that the isocurve needs to be more inside to create a curved shape. So we are going to edit it a little bit. Let's create another loft using these three curves, confirm and confirm. Again, we need to edit the isocurve a little bit. We'll use Loft to create a central intersection for each gem and add customized prongs. So let's take the central offset and use Planify curve, only to create a division of points that we'll use as reference. Move it away, since we won't use it. We are gonna divide it until it shows the midpoint between the gems and confirm. Now create a profile placer, select the offset and rotate it to be underneath. We adjust the size to cover the entire loft, and now from options, go to position and with a snap enable and points mark, press on these points. Once finished, press escape and confirm. Create a smooth cap to create a flat surface from these profiles. So set the smooth cap at 0 and confirm. Let's show the Jewelry layer again to see it. Now let's hide the Planify on the 4 profiles. We go to curves and create an intersection of the 4 smooth caps and the lofts. Confirm. With these selected curves, let's create a metal on curve. Go to Jewelry and select metal on curve. Modify the size to 0.5. Go to options to center it to the curve and reduce the smooth caps. Change the profile to round and confirm. This way we have the prongs. Now we can hide the smooth caps and lofts. Move them to the reference layer and hide them. I will modify the isocurve so that the prongs fit farther in. To make these prongs better connected with the under bezel, we are going to use the gimbal. Let's modify the isocurves. Click on the blue arrow and type less 0.2. Press enter. Okay, we are gonna repeat it. Now raise it a bit by 0.1. Okay, this looks good. As we can see, we're missing the tip prong. So let's switch to wireframe, use the command object on curve, select the curve as object that we already have as reference, press enter, change the switch to delete input no, select the offset of the middle, and set the position to 0.25. Okay, I'll hide the layers for the better visibility. Now I'll rotate the curve, lower it, and feed it into the desired position. Here we have the necessary rotations and translations to fit it correctly. Once we get it, we confirm, and I'll show you the layers again. I'll duplicate the existing metal on the curve and edit it, changing the selected curve modify the object on curve. And here we would have our prong that we could adapt better by editing the object on the curve and modifying the metal on the curve. It's done, so let's take the gems to add another bezel to all of them. We'll modify the sizes and the horizontal distance, as well as the depth. Once we get it, we confirm, and let's do a mirror. Select the gems under bezel and prongs. Choose the three options and confirm. From this way we get the 4 parts at the same time. Right click to repeat the command, but this time we are going to select this gem, this under bezel, and the other gem under bezel and prong. Now we are going to choose only the diagonal to place both at once. We confirm. Now all that's left is the main gem part. Select the gem to create another bezel. We are going to place it here. We are going to change the size, adjust the thickness, modify a little bit the horizontal distance, and just adjust it to the gem. This depends on individual needs, so I'm gonna let it like this and confirm. We select the gem and we create a claw with 6 prongs. Change the size and lower the bottom part to join wall with the under bezel. Here we can see it slightly touches the gem. So let's modify the offset gem curve a little bit to separate it from the gem. Note that if you increase the number of stones, more prongs won't appear, as we've used 4 fixed profiles previously to create them. As we can see, everything adjusts and we have more space. We further adapt the claw and it looks good. To finish, let's create a gem cutter to clean the claw. We'll add a significant depth and modify the top part. Confirm, and we'll perform the first Boolean difference. As object A, select the claw, and for the difference, use the cutter. Confirm. Next, we'll have this lower part. To clean it, we'll use the bright cut and move it down. For better visibility, we'll use the wireframe view. Move it up to here. Okay, perfect. So we create another Boolean difference, select the claw and the bright cutter, confirm, and we are done. Now our ring is complete. This ring is editable, so you can resize it, change the design, and modify the structure while keeping the gems and prongs. For instance, you can modify the prongs by editing the isocurve and moving it inward. You can also adjust the isocurve with the gimbal, as we did before, to create a more closed curve or lower it to make it more open. Additionally, you can modify the AutoBlendCurve, and from there, you can change the continuity end to tangent, creating a new design. Adjust the start and end until it flows smoothly, and position the start point slightly higher. The crucial point is that from the gem ring you can resize it and make it larger with a simple click. As you can see, we are going to modify the size and we are going to confirm. You can also make it smaller by editing the ring rail and selecting a smaller size. Remember that the Autosweeps we generated are not closed, so to make them solid you can go to the Autosweep, edit them and change the caps option so that they are closed. And that's all. Let us know what you think of this tutorial and tell us how would you make a cluster like this. If you have any questions or if something isn't clear, feel free to leave a comment and we'll address it in the next video. As always, thank you for watching this tutorial and don't forget to subscribe if you found it useful. You can also follow us on our social media channels to stay updated on the latest news. See you in the next chapter.